Are we sure?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Hello?
We're just awkwardly sitting here shrugging and whatnot on the internet.
Yep.
So
That's
true.
the internet for you.
How'd you do
That's what I
that?
do with the
Who
internet.
knows?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Apologies for not setting up the closed captioner. It has been a while. I don't know. The chat's yelling. The closed captioner thing's yelling at us about it. But welcome to GutPunchRP. It has been a while, but welcome back to every other Wednesday. Is that the day? Yeah.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah. You are here for Lost in the Wild, our Feywildy bullshit D&D 5e campaign that is sponsored by, well, the whole channel is sponsored by Dungeons Gate, a Midwestern gaming store with a diverse selection of board and card games, TTRPGs, dice, minis, as well as sci-fi and fantasy books and graphic novels for all ages. Dungeons Gate in the chat will get you more information about that, and using GutPunchRP on their website gets you 10% off things that aren't already on sale. Whew. Like a third of the way there, guys. It's fine. Our charity for right now is still the Transgender Law Center. The Transgender Law Center changes law, policy, and attitudes so that people can exist authentically and free from discrimination, regardless of their gender, identity, or expression. And if you donate as little as $1, you are entered to win all sorts of cool prizes. This is one of them. The rest of them are over my shoulder. Sorry that it has plastic on the front. It's minis. They're awesome. But then we are also, we'll announce this now, having our Battle Royale rescheduling Battle Royale Brawl. That's what it's called. That's going on the ticket. On Thursday, the 20th of this month. At 7, the usual time, when we will be drawing for all sorts of prizes, and also you can donate to help or harass the players, whatever you're into. So yeah, that's the announcements for other stuff on the channel. So I guess we're gonna do the previously on Lost in the Wild. The party actually managed to find quite a few things. They made their way to a massive fallen tree built to a massive fallen tree with a town built into it. On the way across a field, as they could just begin to see it, they saved a little goblin girl who had a cursed kite given to her by the hag, Endalyn Moongrave, who they're here to maybe fight? Probably. Upon their arrival at the town of Loomlurch, they were led to Will, Kichiro's childhood friend, who went missing when they snuck into the Witchlight Carnival together. Additionally, they were able to find the sweet little Displacer Beast kitten, Star. So, 2 birds at once. Perfect. They also met 2 older members of a group called the Valor's Call, who were fighting against Endalyn, and that is Mershawn the Cleric and Malavir the Rogue. And they were able to tell you the different routes to the castle, mushroom circles that had become unreliable, the possible Briganock tunnel situation, or, you can just, walk across the swamp, totally fine. It'll work great, I promise. But you all seem to have decided to go to the Briganock mine. As you bed down for the night, as you bed down for the night, that's what you've decided. You now have in front of you a hopefully not too winding trail to the mine that is guarded by someone called the Warduke. Is there any sneaky night things that anyone wants to do? You always got to make sure. I never know what you guys are up to.
Not for me.
I feel like I did my sneaking around.
I mean, I got my spell paper, but I don't recall there being any scrolls that I could copy. into my book with that. So no.
All right. Well, then you all get a full 8 hours, good night's rest. Nothing is going to attack you in the tree. At about 6 a.m., just like real early, where you're like, I don't love it. That's the whole sentence. You get a knock at your door. Just a very light, polite rap. Just sort of seems to be like running down the hall for each of you. And it's just a voice that sounds familiar, perhaps Marshawn, saying, breakfast is ready and any other supplies, let us know, before like the feet are just like gone. So, you have breakfast, or we can just head right on out.
I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
I, as a Trikreen, have certain psionic abilities. They include lifting people off of the ground. If a situation were to arise where I needed to lift one of you new folk, is that okay? Obviously, it varies case by case as well, but just as a general rule. No one afraid of heights?
Let me check my spell book real quick. Well, actually, it would be. Hold on. Cobalt is flipping through her spell book. Pretty sure I have Featherfall.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's not the going up I'm worried about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's kind of the thing of it all. Oh, I don't have that spell. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure it out.
There it is. I found it. Okay, no, we're good. We're good.
Just fold that quarter over, baby, for later.
Yep. Just gonna prep that one now. Add that to the.
All right, so you all go down to breakfast. There's like the kids running around. The older ones still seem to be watching the younger ones. There's a few goblins, a couple dwarves. You see a bugbear who looks like vaguely familiar, but like is definitely not burly. And then you see kind of off in the distance having like a hushed conversation, as it seems like they might do often. Malavir and Marshawn, but you know, you got a breakfast buffet. You can take as much as you'd like, supplies for later, pocket bacon, whatever you need, and you know the way.
Absolutely will partake in pocket bacon.
Of course.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Take some of that. Yeah.
I will. It should be wrapped in a napkin first. Don't just put it in your pants. They will stain.
That's what prestidigitation's for.
I mean, who really worries about my appearance?
I will wrap the bacon in a napkin before they put any in their pockets.
Just seems like a hassle to get it out of feather, you know?
You don't start with me.
Alright.
I'll find like a little like grease spot like on like the table or like on somebody else, maybe even like a little spot like on her own like skirt that maybe she missed. Just kind of like do like a little prestidigitation, just kind of like get rid of that. And it's like, see, it's fine. It's really not that much effort.
Prevention is better than a cure, in my opinion.
I mean, that's fair, I suppose.
Valid.
And also, have you seen these? Gesturing to the pants. They are genuine leather. And while I too know prestidigitation, I'm not even going to take that chance.
Just
Mm-hmm.
pocket bacon and leather pants is
Yeah,
choice.
it's bad combo.
Yeah.
I love it. Keeps them nice and warm though. All right, coming to see off though is Will, of course, followed closely by Star, who is just gambling along, being like chased by a couple of smaller children and running circles around them. And it kind of comes up to Kachiro and very just like as grown up as possible, puts a hand out to shake and goes, "Well, I hope you win."
I don't know. Reach a hand out. Well, that's the idea. I'm not going to lose. Besides, playing fair? Why would we do that? We snuck into the carnival, didn't we?
That's a good point. Yeah, we'll set something up, and he's just kind of like bounces a little bit on the balls of his toes, and you can kind of almost hear like the Home Alone like mousetrap things he's gonna set up to like thwart these people just in his mind.
Yes. And don't worry, we'll be back quickly. As quickly as we can.
All right, well, hope you are, and hope you can get whoever wants to go home.
Yeah. I mean, look, I have all these good friends with me, and I'll point to the rest of the group. It's like, I'm sure they'll make sure that I stay on task.
He looks at like most of you and sort of like a little skeptical, and then up at Veritas and is like, "Yeah, maybe."
Perfect. We can work with maybe.
Well, they just like hugs you, just like around the waist.
Well, I'll hug him back. It'll be okay, Will. We got this, really. Hey, you make sure you don't lose Star.
And then he like lets go and looks around, and the kitten's like 30 yards away, like going down a side hallway, and he's like, yep, and just runs after this cat. But yeah, and Malavir and Marshawn are on the way to the exit if you want to check in with them about anything. Directions, I don't know. Otherwise, you can go out and back the way you came, or you can take a new path.
Did we have a map? We have a map.
Right.
Like a bad one.
But I mean, make directions from folk who actually know where they're going and where things are might be a bit more helpful.
Certainly.
Well, and we also learned that we can't like directly go where we want to go.
Yeah.
We need to go in a roundabout way. So
Or
it may not be a bad
yeah,
idea to
like-
check in with them and double check.
Yeah.
You
Because
know,
wasn't it since we were being led by somebody who knew this place was how we were able to find it. Without that, we may not have actually. So yeah.
Look at us. We already know what we're doing. We know we need help. So let's go ask.
I think Daz should ask, considering they're so popular with them.
That's go. Go ahead.
Mhm.
You do it.
Definitely.
very well. And just like the reverse Riker out of my chair.
I have hope they fail.
You know what? Me too. That would be hilarious.
It's just full swagger saunters over.
As you're about like halfway there, Malavir just like elbows Marshawn and like, get a load of this with the head sort of thing.
Just sparkling smile, a toss of the pompadour. And good morning. My friends and I were chatting, and we just wanted to confirm.
Ask for help. Malavir just cuts across you.
If you would be so kind, we'd hate to get lost along the way and, you know, take too much time to accomplish the deed. So.
Well, I like the humble nature that you're displaying, she says, like, arching an eyebrow, not really believing any of this. I thought you guys had this in hand. You have your map.
Right, we do. But we do know that going a direct path can be the incorrect one. And so just want to double check defer to your knowledge and expertise as to what would be the best direction to go.
Roll a persuasion. We'll do one of
Love
those.
to roll a persuasion.
Elio will lean into Veritas and go, "Do you think they're sweating yet?"
Probably.
That
Just hear a
Leather pants.
squeak from the leather pants.
That's
It's the pocket
that would be a 26.
Malavir sort of lets out a like barking laugh and just slaps you super hard on the shoulder. I'm messing with you. We'll get you mostly on the right track. I can't take you all the way there. We have to set things up. Plus, you have the
Don't
sending
sell yourself
stone.
short. I'm sure you could take me all the way there and then some.
Oh, fuck's sake. Just eye roll. All right, I'll meet you in the entrance in 10 minutes. She sort of like pushes you as she walks away.
Thank you. And elaborate bow. Turns on the heel and just a little extra like pep in the step. Maybe flares the coat so that the all of my assets are showing properly.
All right. So you can make your way to the front. Making away. And about 10 minutes later, Molliver joins you with a little, like, a pack. Nothing, like, that says she's stayed with you long term, but, like, emergency stuff. And for the most part, you start going along the tree the same way that you came. And across. And you enter the woods at like a slightly different point than you actually remember, but the trail does also, once again, kind of look the same. And the walk feels like a lot longer going this way. But it seems quiet, mostly. You do have the sneaking sensation that something is watching you, just like that little bit of a prickle on the back of your neck. But you are brought back to the three-way signs that you encountered a few days ago when you were trying to get to this tree. So after that much travel, few hours, most of a day, Malavir gets you here and goes, well, this is where it gets a little muddier. That trail is directly where I need to go, and I know that. And she kind of points at the sign, and it still has the sign that says Tea Party going one way, and then going the other way. It now has something that says The Castle in very fine, like, gold filigree. And you're just, like, looking at this, and you're like, is this the same sign that we saw before?
Yeah, is that shit new?
Malavir is kind of like wishy-washy about it. It doesn't stay exactly the same.
What makes it change?
Where you want to go.
Does the signs change or does the path also change?
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Well, great.
Which,
So do you think we think really hard? Like, if I think really hard that I want to go to the mines, will the sign change and point towards the mines?
I don't think so, but I've also never really stood here and thought at the sign, so maybe that's something that you guys can try. But I'm burning daylight, and you can call us if you need to. Try not to. We got stuff to do. Anything else? She's like backing away. Just turns and goes and leaves you at this sign where you have some options.
Kichiro is absolutely going to sit in front of the sign and think at it. And just think about going to the mines. And just, like, trying to manifest this. Like, if somehow that would change it. And point us in the direction we need to go.
I want to say, roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
So it's a weird one. I have.
Oh, this is going to be glorious.
Okay, you got this.
Oh, 15.
15.
Oh.
All right. As the rest of you kind of like take a minute and like readjust your packs and brush off and everything, and Kichiro's just sitting there staring at this sign. Something does kind of happen to it. This part that says castle like flashes a little bit and almost looks like it tries to rearrange, but then it just goes back to the general idea of going to the castle. Seems it might be taking a longer view of where you're going than perhaps you are.
Did it work? Did it change?
It kind of started to.
That's good because my head hurts.
Kind of pat him on the shoulder.
Should we just follow the direction it's pointing?
Well, the castle is our long-term destination, I suppose.
I'm under the impression that it's taking that into account.
That's a really smart sign.
Or a really dumb sign.
Yeah, honestly, it's a toss-up, but I don't think it's anything in the middle. I think it's one of the extremes, yeah.
Do we have to be near the sign? If we're walking down the road and we change our mind and we wanted to go somewhere else, would it just change?
Should we try it?
No.
Nah, let's just go.
Okay.
No, we saw the sign. It opened up
Yeah.
our mind.
Saw the sign.
Veritas will turn to Daz and just wordlessly stare for 3 seconds and then turn back to the path.
So we're going Castle Arrow, Tea Party Arrow.
Castle.
Castle Arrow.
Castle Arrow, all right. So,
Bad.
well, who is leading this charge?
I'll go first.
Go ahead and just like, as you're walking down a increasingly dark forest path, roll me a survival check.
Y'all shouldn't have let me do this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, whew. Lucky.
Oh,
17.
Ooh.
17? All right, yeah. Even as the trees seem to sort of bow in around you, you do manage to keep everyone on the trail as it winds through the woods. It does start to feel a little bit like oppressive, almost humid in here. And it feels almost like foggy. And you still have that feeling, everyone now, of someone watching you. You can't quite place it. It's just that little.
Every now and then, Kichiro's just gonna like turn over his shoulder like sharply, like, "Would you quit looking at me? I know I'm in front, but
It's not that. It's hold on. Okay, while we're walking, can I ritually cast detect magic?
That feels like a sitting down thing. If you want to sit in the dark,
Then I'll
woods.
just use a slot.
Okay.
Okay. It was definitely a stretch. I can accept that. But next time I feel that, like, at least I guess like next time I notice it catches my attention, then I'll cast Detect Magic. I don't know, see if there's like somebody scrying on us or something, if I can tell that. I don't know. But
means you want to roll a perception check?
sure.
I feel like maybe perception or arcana.
Okay.
For a scry.
Well, you see, the thing is, even with my +7 arcana, that's still a 9. So I don't notice shit.
So yeah, I mean, I would say you can still use a spell slot if you want to, and you might find something out. But
Sure.
with that roll, I feel like you would maybe think it was just the eyes of like an animal more than anything.
Fair enough.
Although,
I'll leave it be for now.
all right. But as you all continue to move through the woods, the fog is still sort of like curling around everyone's ankles, and you hear a little like bit of chittering. It sounds more like very like almost high pitched like laughter. Very close to you. It kind of sounds like it's up in a tree over here. And then let me just roll a die real quick. Veritas, can I get a dexterity check from you?
Nope.
Oh no.
It'll be fine.
Is it a check or a saving throw?
This is, I mean, saving throw, I guess. We'll say
13.
13. Well, you kind of just hear this little bit of a whistle and turn your head, and as you do, just kind of flying past your face but missing you, a very small stone, just on a trajectory from somewhere in the trees over here. Then you hear that like a little bit of laughter again. And I'm gonna need Cobalt to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. All right. Let's see how this goes. 2.
2. Okay. You are just watching what happened to Veritas, and all of a sudden a rock just hits you in the side of the head. Once again, a very small one, somewhere in the trees, and you take 1 point of damage from this rock hitting you as you hear a little bit more high-pitched laughter, like very gremlin-style, like squeals and peals of just enjoyment.
Can I help you? It was a saving throw. It wasn't an attack roll, was it?
We're fudging it.
Can I hellish rebuke whatever did that to me?
Okay, yes, you can absolutely hellish rebuke whatever did that to you. Is hellish rebuke saving?
It's a saving throw, yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Dexterity.
She's pissed.
15?
Ah, damn it, that saves. They still take half.
All right. Uh-oh.
She's a tiefling and she's pissed. She has hellish rebuke.
Oh, no.
My dice just okay. That was a total of 4, so they're gonna take 2.
Okay.
Jesus
You
Christ.
kind of hear like a scuffle in the trees, and then you just hear this like high-pitched yell as coming out of the trees, just with all of its speed, is a tiny little creature holding a sickle with a little red hat on its head. And I mean, I guess we're gonna roll some initiative.
Hey,
What the hell are you throwing rocks at us for?
It is just screaming with rage and coming to try and murder you, Cobalt.
Amazing.
Can't blame it there.
Yeah.
Although it started it. This creature started it, I will say.
I was like, they'll just run away, right? This is just a funny old thing happening in the woods. But now you're gonna fight these little dudes? Okay.
Sorry, y'all.
no,
it's
that's what I
good.
would've done.
Like, honestly, who throws rocks at people?
Yeah.
Ah,
Just these little guys. All right, so he is still about, 15 feet away from you as he is screaming out of like a tree that he had to climb down. But we will, let me get my, I don't know where the initiative tracker went. All right, anyone 25 to 20, 19 to, oh. Oops.
Sorry, there was a bit of a
Bravo.
lag on my end.
Sorry. All right, 19 to 15. That's the next one.
16 Veritas.
14. No. How do numbers work? The next set. 14 to 10.
Yeah. 13.
11.
Okay.
You started this mess and you cower at the end of initiative.
4, okay?
4. Okay, that's fine. It's all
Just
right.
getting hit in the head with a rock just impedes,
All right, let me just. I'm
She's
just
a
like-
wizard. She needs her head.
Yeah. I'm just like, these are just little throwaway guys. They're just for funsies. And who I know how to write down names, not apparently at all. Okay, so we are at the top of initiative with Elio, who has just seen Cobalt take a rock to the head, Hellish rebuke something in a tree that then seemed to climb out of it to start some shit. And you can just see it off between the trees. Depending on where you are in line, between 15 and 30 feet from you. Like if you're way at the back, maybe 30.
Does it seem harmless? Or does it look like real angry?
It looks pretty enraged, and it started its encounter with you by throwing rocks at people's heads, so... he's not a nice little guy.
Sure.
He's not shaped like a friend.
Okay. Can Elio pick up a rock and throw it at this little guy?
Yeah, sure. You can add your attack, your normal knife attack to it. That's what they call it, right?
Yeah. That is a 15.
15 will hit this little man.
Okay. What damage would I do with that?
You could go ahead and use the same damage as a dagger.
So I
Deadly
rolled a
rock.
4, and Elio usually has a +4 to that. So
Yeah, we'll say it was like a golf ball sized rock that you just threw with incredible accuracy at this little thing's head. And he just like pauses for a minute in all of his rage and is like kind of gripping his little domed head, pulls his cap back on, and just turns to look at you with the most rage on his face.
Elio will just shout at him, "It's not very nice, is it?" And that'll be his turn.
All right. Continued sustained rage scream from this little red cap over here. Which brings us to Veritas, followed by Nobody, followed by Dr. Psycho.
Wonderful. So when it threw a rock at me and missed, Veritas was like, "Ah, yes, Feywild, Merry Trickster, cool." Then it hit someone else with a rock, so it dies now. And Veritas is just gonna walk over to it and try to cleave it in half with my hand axes. So that's a 17 to hit
That will hit.
and a 23 to hit.
Both of those will hit as it was just like facing away from you and you just walked up behind it and clobber it in the head.
Fantastic. Boo. Boo! What the fuck? I got 2 ones. Garbage.
Oh!
So that is 4 damage total.
Oh.
For fuck's sake.
Oh no. All right. Now it turns around and looks at you, and you are like right next to it, and you see its little sharp gnashing teeth around a little like stained white beard and mustache that are covered in like, you know, whatever this little guy eats. Probably some birds or something. But now it is his turn. And since you were right there, Veritas, he is going to just absolutely fly at you and make a couple of swipes with his little rusted sickle that he carries with him. I'm just going to see myself out because I just rolled 2 1s.
This feels right.
That's heinous.
It really does.
That's
It feels
really,
great.
truly okay. So he is just like swinging at you with all of his might, and just like kind of the blade is scraping against your armor, as he has not sharpened this maybe ever. We'll say ever. I feel like he would just stand there. Yeah. He's just so mad. He's just still screaming at Veritas and swinging his sword ineffectually. But at that same time, coming out of the trees from above to jump on Veritas and help his friend out is the other rock thrower, another one of these little guys, who is going to... I wanna know. We'll just also go with a little bit of the sickle attack as he comes down, trying to hit you from above. I'm rolling the same dice. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that one's gone. Oh, that one is okay. We got 119 to hit and 110 to hit.
The 19 hits.
All right, so it slashes down across you, just hitting a weak spot in the armor, and will deal 6 points of slashing damage with its little rusted sickle. And is now just kind of like clamoring to try and stay onto you, but will kind of slide off and fall to the ground on the opposite side of its friend. Which will then bring us to Daz with Kichiro on deck.
Excellent. Assessing the situation, seeing that there are 2 of these little guys, we'll fire off one Eldritch Blast at the one that was attacking first.
Mm-hmm.
That will only be a 13 to hit, though.
That will just miss, as he is moving a little bit too much.
Okay, then I'll fire the second one off at same target. That, however, is a 24 to hit.
That will absolutely hit.
And that will be 5 points of force damage.
All right.
And bonus action, you said Kichiro was up?
Yes.
So swinging the guitar out in front of me will just like strike a powerful chord, and will grant bardic inspiration to Kichiro.
Ooh.
And my bardic inspiration is now a D8.
Ooh.
Da, 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 da.
Love it.
Nice.
All right. Anything else? Movement?
I'm good.
Okay, sounds good. Kichiro, you are up with Cobalt on deck.
Cool. I feel like I should have asked this a long time ago, but do we care if we swear on this channel?
No.
I've been swearing the whole time.
Sweet. I want to run up to the nearest one and like punt this thing like it's the World Cup.
Okay.
And I'll be like, get your Keebler motherfucking ass out of here. And
All right. I mean, yeah, go ahead and attack him.
yeah.
Are you
Like,
actually
go
trying to like use his
yeah.
strength to move?
Yeah, I'm
him,
gonna
or
use-
just...
Oh, just to kick him. Like if I get to actually move him, that's like icing on the cake for me. I just want to kick this dude.
I mean, roll your attack. Let's see what happens here.
It feels like an unarmed strike.
Wow. Without the bardic inspiration, that's 25.
We'll say you come in hot enough where you kick this guy back 10 feet. Just really coming in there. And what was the damage for him?
So you
The
can
damage.
my
Ooh.
bardic inspiration. You can use it on attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks, or damage. So
Oh,
just
let's add
FYI.
it to the damage then, because I only rolled the 1. So so that would be 4. So 12 points bludgeoning.
All right. How do you do math? Alright. He's still hanging on as he just kind of like starts to stand up for where he is and just starts chomping his little teeth at you.
Oh, well, if he's chomping, I'll use my second attack.
So you run forward the 10 feet and just go to kick him again, or are you doing something else?
I think I'm committed to the kicks at this point.
Okay.
He doesn't want to punch down.
Right.
Just kick up.
Was 11.
That will you go to kick again, and this thing has gotten wise to your schemes and just sort of like ducks and rolls like a little bit underneath your foot and comes back up with his little like rusty sword, just looking at you with all the hatred this little thing that's like made of hatred possesses.
Awesome.
All right. Anything else?
I think that is it.
Cobalt, what you got?
I would very much like to send a ray of frost at this one that Kichiro just kicked.
All right.
What the fuck? Okay. That is, my dice are just having such a bad day. That's still a 12 to hit. Does that hit? Does that do anything?
No, it does not.
Cool, great. Why do I have your dice today? Why?
I've cursed
Why?
them all. It's coming
What
through
did
the
you do?
screen. I
That's,
you know.
that Ray of Frost is an action. Do I even have any bonus actions? I don't know. Hold on. No, I don't. There's no. I can Misty Step. I can Misty Step, and that's all I got.
That's the best
But
one.
I'm not gonna do that. So instead, I'm gonna just yell at these. Well, I think she's just gonna kind of like yell in frustration when that like bolt of ice misses, and just goes like, "Just get the fuck out of here and leave us alone if you know what's good for you." That was warning shot.
It looks at you and then just goes back to like hissing at Kichiro.
Damn it. That's my turn.
All right, and that will bring us back to the top of initiative order with Elio.
Elio will like kind of saunter over to where Kichiro is hammering at this little dude and be like, I just don't think they really knew what they were getting into, and like pull out his rapier and stab at it.
Nice. Terrible, but nice.
That is a 21 to hit.
That will definitely hit as you just stab dead center on this small, angry, red-hatted old man.
Do we not have d8s in this house? That's 10 points of damage.
How would you like to end his time ruining your day?
Yeah, just straight to the heart, and then kind of like flick it back out and watch him drop, and then like look at Kichiro like they didn't know.
That's why they had to die.
I mean, honestly, it's all right. Yours was a lot faster.
Right.
All right. Anything else?
Is the other one close enough?
Yeah, he only got moved about like 10 feet, so you can get 15 feet and be at that little other one.
Yeah, he'll just kind of whip over and like again like throw out his rapier. Not throw out. Not it won't be his rapier. It'll be his dagger. It can't
Alright.
be his rapier. And that is a 14 to hit.
That will hit. That's the armor class.
Okay. And that is 2 points of damage, I believe.
All right. He has yet been uninjured, but he just saw you kill his friend, and you came over to stab him. And he looks still enraged, but maybe like he is regretting some decisions that he made today.
I have a question because I didn't use sneak attack on the first one. Is this one near someone?
Yeah, it's right behind Veritas.
Can I use it there?
Yeah, for sure.
That's 10 on top of the 2, so 12 in total.
Nice. All right. So yes, he is now looking back and forth a little bit, like scared between you and Veritas, and it's Veritas's turn. So what would you like to do, Veritas?
I'm trying to weigh how dramatic I am to how efficient Veritas is. And this is a delicate balance. I'm going to I'll try and hit the thing. Let's start with that. Start with one of those. That's a D10, you silly fool. You need a 20. That is a 20-something to hit.
That will indeed hit.
Okie doke. Just for giggles and shits, there is this purplish energy that suddenly like flashes, almost blinks like an aura up my entire arm and the blade, and I'm going to turn this into a psionic strike and add an additional d6 of damage.
Right.
So that's 12 psychic damage as well.
All right. You absolutely just blast into this thing's chest, and he kind of staggers and takes a step back as he just looks absolutely like almost burnt by the psychic force of the blade.
Wonderful. And then for my second attack, that is a 16 to hit.
That again will hit.
Fantastic. And that's 8 more damage.
All right. He is looking very rough and does, if that's the end of your turn.
Yes, it is.
All right. As you end your turn and he sees his fallen comrade over yonder, he does turn on his heel and go to run. You can both take opportunity attacks if you would like, or you can let him go on to live another day throwing rocks at people.
Elio's feeling bad, so Elio is not taking a strike.
Fair.
Veritas will see Elio feel bad and won't either.
All right.
Come back for revenge on us.
With a whole bunch more.
What's the movement speed?
He has very short legs and is going as fast as he can. As you kind of are all like nodding to each other, and he makes it about 7 seconds. He has made it 50 feet total.
Neat. It's my turn next, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Vicious Mockery is 60 feet. I
You're
will
good.
spend bonus action, a bardic inspiration to reduce the wisdom saving throw for it.
Okay.
So subtract 2 from your wisdom saving throw.
All right. Oh, I rolled a natural
Incredible.
20 on that one.
Ah,
Hmm.
damn it.
Plus
Boo.
1 minus 2. 19, baby.
So saves. So in an attempt, just yells out, "EL fudge you!" And then, but wasn't as good.
Yeah, they don't have that brand here. Sorry.
It's regional.
So yeah, there is this little, just ugly little corpse now at your feet, Kichiro, and his friend is running away, just crashing through the forest. And as that other one sort of gets a little bit further away, it's almost like you swear you can hear, like, an exasperated sigh. As you are now alone in this dark forest.
What the fuck?
Y'all
Well,
heard
that
that.
takes care of that.
Sure.
Dude, are you
Sorry,
good,
y'all.
Cobalt? How's your head? You
I'm,
good?
I'm fine. It's my pride that's hurt more than anything else, to be honest.
Oh.
Shall we? And she just starts walking.
I have some healing magic, but I don't think that it heals pride.
Thanks for the offer, Des. Really appreciate it.
I think keep your eyes peeled for more rocks.
I'll shut up, all of you.
Kichiro will like join her just to be the eyes for the rocks.
Because she is not paying attention to where she's walking. She's just like stomping along, all upset.
Like, look, it's okay. It was a good like icy thing you tried. Like next time.
It's like usually my aim is better than that. I'm just having an off day. I don't know. Maybe it just hit me in the head a little too hard, and it just I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, usually we try to avoid head injuries, so you know, it kind of changes things. It'll be all right. Be fine.
All right.
Trust me. When have I lied about it being fine?
Never, because you can't.
Exactly. So we're good.
All right. Kind of like elbow him in the side. Keep walking. Like that whole like sibling kind of shove. Like,
See, we're already back.
all right.
As you continue to make your way through the forest, which does seem to be doing that like awful evil forest thing of getting like a little bit darker and a little bit more dense. You notice that the fog that was maybe only just eddying around your feet before seems to be up to your knees at this point. Off in the distance, a bit ahead, you can kind of like peeking above the trees, see that the Queen's Bridge, the raised stone path that goes all the way to the castle, if it were not broken, rising above everything, which doesn't seem exactly on where you maybe remember it, but who knows? It could be leading you the right direction. But as you continue to move forward, the forest is quiet in that unnatural way. You still very much have the like prickling sensation along the back of your neck. And the fog just kind of keeps rising.
Should we be concerned about this?
I was going to ask you.
Does it seem magical, this fog, DM? Does that seem... I don't know.
Arcana, insight.
Sure.
Roll that'll help you. Investigation.
No, I'm not using those dice. Not using them. Not doing it. Nope. We're gonna
How about a dirty
let
20
D&D
for
down roll
insight?
me.
A dirty 20 for insight? All right.
And a 17 Arcana.
Okay. Well, both of you have been like watching this get a little bit denser, and as you kind of like start to go and examine it, it does seem to be like sort of concentrated in a way that feels unnatural. And as you get like a little bit closer to it, it has like a tinny smell. Like it almost smells like gas or smoke from the mine, but a mine, not necessarily this mine. But also, like, as you just get a little too close to it, it does give you a little bit of a... So, magically infused, we'll say.
Well, I mean, even though it is magic, I'm not all that practiced at getting rid of pre-existing magic, so I can't really do much about it, I don't think.
Should we be concerned then? Should we cover up in any way?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
Can I, like, away from the group, of course, because it's an explosion. Can I cast bonfire at the ground to see if the light that a bonfire spell cantrip creates, if it's piercing this fog?
Yeah, I would say if, so you like cast this spell at the ground and it just creates like a camp-sized fire, correct? Is that what it does?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you cast it at the ground and the fire appears, and like as you cast it, the fire or the smoke sort of seems to like dissipate, but then once you have cast it, the fire is still there, but the smoke seems to just sort of coalesce back around it. It like doesn't immediately put it out. You're standing there for a few minutes, it kind of seems to flicker a little smaller, but like it doesn't have a distinct effect on the fire, I guess.
Okay. I'll reach out to Elio and cast protection from evil and good.
Solid.
He's a bit put off, but then sees that it's fair.
Smoke monster. Elio, once you have this spell cast on you, it takes a second to realize it, but the sort of prickling feeling on the back of your neck does let up. So you feel better about that, even though you still have, knee-high weird smoke.
Is it still humid?
It does still have this sort of like almost boggy forest humidity to it. Like everything has that very like moss hanging from the trees and they're just very dense thing going on. But yeah, it is still a little humid.
I feel a bit better after that, thank you. What was that?
It was magic, and I'll hold up the lantern, and you can hear, actually, like almost like it's under a couple layers of clothes in a bag or something, but you hear clock gears just sort of while the spell is active on you.
So, as long as I hear this, I have whatever you did to me.
Protection, yes.
Oh. That's nice.
In case we get separated somehow.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
So we're still feeling good about all this, right? We're good?
I mean, we ain't gonna get nowhere just standing here.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and just kind of like sweep through the fog as we go. Does it like, is it a thing where it as I move the smoke I can see the bottom, or is it like one of those things where like if you're standing in a very dense fog machine where it's like it does nothing basically, that it's filling back in faster than the movement?
It's not that dense,
Okay.
but it is doing the thing where it's sort of like as this hand pushes through it, it kind of just falls in behind it. But you can push enough away quickly enough where you do get a glimpse of the ground. But it's very dense, and it does kind of seem to push back in quicker than you would want it to.
Just kind of like as we're traversing, I'm kind of doing that to see if we can like help with the group. Make sure there's nothing at the bottom that's gonna like jump out and grab us, or like there's a hole and we're gonna walk into it, kind of thing.
Seeing you do that, I can do the same. Since I also have Mage Hand, I can help you out with that. Kind of get a little, maybe just a fraction more clarity if we have two of us doing that.
You guys are able to. The trail is still kind of that same like winding, close thing, but it does have like the little cut through the trees. that always seems to turn before you can see far enough to really see where you're going. The mage hands are doing their best as you continue forward, but it does seem, and it takes a second to notice because of the mage hands, but this fog is still rising, and at this point it's kind of like up to waist height, and you're still through the trees getting peaks of that Queen's Bridge as you are kind of moving in a line towards it. Maybe it's hard to tell in these trees, but you can keep pushing forward, and as you do, the smoke begins to reach mid-chest, and you guys are just noticing this kind of creeping higher and higher as you continue on your way.
As it kind of creeps higher, Elio will think about Veritas saying, like, in case we get separated, and knowing that he can see these people now, he is going to reach out a little bit and cobalt Veritas. And I'm gonna say, Dietro, Veritas, this would be very new for you as well. It's never happened before. We'll just hear a faint whisper in your head of Elio's voice say, "Can you hear me?"
I will respond telepathically and say, yes.
Good. In case we get lost.
Is that to all of us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
yeah. Hey.
Only some of you can hear me. Das already been left hanging slightly, so if you could keep an eye on them.
you should really hear what they're saying about you.
What?
I mean, if we want to keep from getting separated in all this, do we want to maybe, I don't know, just like take a rope and everybody hold on to that? Like, or something along those lines so we don't lose each other?
Might be a good idea.
Kind of like a classroom full of 5-year-olds going on a field trip.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, nothing bad will happen.
Don't say that. All right. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I was supposed to keep that, my bad.
Cobalt is
Just
already
pick it
like
up.
knocking on a tree. Like, knock on wood. No, like,
So that bark falls off.
Oh, shit. All right. Pulling out a rope so that we can all make a little kindergarten train.
Yeah, you're easily able to literally just hold on to a rope. You can tie little handles if you want, but you are all able to tether yourselves to each other in a loose fashion as you continue
All right.
into the fog. And
Is it like so dark that we need like torches or anything?
the fog is almost having the opposite effect, where it's giving you a little bit of like snow blindness, where it feels like things are just like appearing out of it towards you.
Gotcha.
With the mage hands, you're kind of able to see that you, like, if you're looking directly down and the mage hands are like right in front of you, so literally whoever is in front is just having the mage hands sweep, and the people behind are sort of following this trail of eddies in the smoke. And as you sort of continue on the way, far behind you, like pretty good ways, you do sort of hear the sound of those red caps, the little guys that you fought.
Just here in your head again, Veritas. Fuck. Sorry.
Yep, maybe he called some friends and is marshaling some
Shit.
forces. You would gather that they're not the most organized troop, but like they have the rage to make up for it. So you have that going on back there.
We should maybe move a little faster. Yeah. If they're behind us.
Probably not a bad idea. I mean, we handled it, but you know.
Yeah, but it sounds like there's a hell of a lot more of them now, so.
I probably can't see in the fog, they're much smaller than us.
But we won't see them.
Good, and they're a lot smaller than us.
Okay, yeah, actually, let's go a lot faster.
Yeah, they're gonna pet cemetery us.
Oh god.
Look out of here. Let's go.
So as you guys begin to like speed walk, knowing the short span of their legs, you do hear a little bit that the chittering of their conversation in Sylvan falls off a little bit. The conversation, if you understand Sylvan, was mostly swear words. So they're trying to set something up behind you, but you are definitely outpacing them. At this point, though, that smoke is getting to be like up to about your like, depending on your height, maybe your chin, maybe a little bit above that. So just the same as when a few of you bent down and like sort of investigated it, it does start to make you cough a little bit.
Taking my scarf, wrapping that, making a little mask. Yeah. Edge of my cloak or something.
And you continue to walk, and it just seems to get a little bit higher. It seems to kind of blot out a little bit of the branches above you. And now it becomes like more oppressive. Like this might be something that you actually have to get out of. And you're still moving at a pretty good pace. The sound of the red caps behind you is mostly gone. And the one person who is in front with the mage hand, the mage hands are just kind of sweeping. And you have your head down. And who is in front?
I mean, it's me and Daz who are
Yeah.
doing the mage hand thing. So probably
both
one of
of
us.
you
But we can,
together.
we can say both of us.
You walk into a stone pillar.
What the hell? Again!
Stones of your enemy.
Just the mage hand sort of like poof out of existence as you are both surprised.
Elio,
Hmm?
is my hair still good?
It looks fantastic, darling.
Because we can all see it real clear in this fog. Yep.
It might be a little poofy from the humidity, but this is like a very rough hewn stone pillar that you can tell if you look up, you can see the bottom of the Queen's Bridge through the fog, but the fog definitely does not go up to cover it at this point. You are still starting to cough, and it is starting to become hard to breathe.
Oof.
And if anyone wants to roll, I don't know, a medicine check about that, I can make Ori do it. I have those stats. Let me do it.
Cool.
Yeah, Ori's probably a good
Yeah,
person.
Ori's like taking notes, walking into trees, and now is like,
We definitely tied a rope around Ori.
yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
just from the start,
Absolutely.
actually.
Ori's
Yeah.
shoulders.
yeah.
What is that?
Keeping a very close eye. Yeah.
For an 18, and Ori just sort of like lets out like a little like cough. She's like, I think this will start to poison us if we stay in it too much longer.
Why didn't I take polymorph? Damn it.
Like I said, rough hewn stone.
Yeah.
Is it climbable?
Yeah. This isn't a railroad. Don't look into it.
Well,
I will take another bit of rope and sort of tie it around the front of an arrow and pull out my longbow and just shoot it to the top of this stone pillar so that it sticks into it. And then I'll look at one of the mage hand people and say, if you could hold it in place with your magic, that would probably be helpful.
I don't know if that spell's strong enough to hold up anybody's weight, but we could tie it to something, maybe.
No, I'm saying hold the arrow in, just as like hold it
Oh.
down.
We can try, I guess, yeah.
Who is someone just gonna go up and then resecure it once they get up there, that sort of thing?
I'll do that.
And I was
yeah.
figuring for the first person to go
Yeah.
up, like the mage hand to hold in place.
Exactly. All right. Who do we have? Elio. You are going to attempt to climb on up this rough-hewn stone pillar to get to the top of the bridge and help everyone else up.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll ye old acrobatics, probably.
Something ridiculous. 24.
All right, you just kind of scramble up most of the way, just practiced as hell at just climbing and being very acrobatic. So you kind of get to the top where the mage hand is holding in this arrow, and just with one hand, you kind of take the arrow out, put it in your teeth, and then pull yourself up the rest of the way onto the actual platform of the bridge. And I'm gonna say let's go ahead and put up the battle map, the actual battle map.
Oh.
He's like, oh shit.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Jump will catch you.
All right.
So we have that's a little off. I forgot about the ratio. All right, so right way back here with the yellow base, we have Elio who just climbed up onto this, and you are looking down the most intact part of this bridge that you've seen, and it is about 20 feet wide. You are about 35, 40 feet in the air. You can see the tops of these trees next to you and the fog down below. You can't see your companions, but you know they're there. Probably haven't been eaten by red caps yet.
Probably.
And I'll just explain the whole area. You also have a couple little features. You have down the ways in this like clear air, now that you are out of the fog, you can see a tube that looks like it's not part of the original bridge, like maybe someone brought it up there to do something and has since abandoned it. There's a couple spots where there's mushrooms. And then down at the far end, there is rubble that looks like maybe it was also dropped there by something and now is just kind of on top of the bridge. But mostly it is just broken. It is standing. And you are free of the fog, Elio.
His first order of business is finding a secure thing to tie the rope to make sure that his friends can climb up.
Yep, you can get it around one of like the broken pillars. There's heavy enough stone where you will absolutely be fine to tie it around something and have them scramble on up it.
And then instead of shouting down, he will, in their heads again, just say, rope secure. Everyone should be able to climb up with ease.
All right.
GM,
Yeah.
when you get a second, could you drop the link to the video ninja?
Oh.
So for the battle map.
Yes. In one sec. Because with that, everyone climbing up onto the bridge into the fresh, clean air, we'll take our break. And we'll come back and see what will besiege you all.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. All right.
Red Cap's coming for revenge.
That's just flowing over the sides like red crabs. So this
That's
is
an
where we're
awful
gonna.
mental image. I'm so sorry.
Well, I feel like Australia when they have the
I can
migration.
picture it so clearly.
Yeah,
Yes.
the worst little things. Anyway, we are gonna go on break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes if you are catching this on Twitch. If you are on the YouTubes, we will drop it a few days later at some point. But thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the other side of the break. And that's all I have to say about that right now. Perfect.